Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, no intro needed. Truth be told, we talked for 30 minutes and we messed up. We weren't even live. So, welcome everybody to Jesus. Welcome everybody to Wrestling Talk Now. This is your yearly recap. Thank you, Johnny Boy, for letting us know if everything was okay. Clearly, it wasn't. I, of course, am your boy, Justin JLB, alongside the crazy one, Mr. Kid Crazy. How goes it, bud?
Pretty good. How's everybody going? Happy holidays to everybody. Hope a continuation of the good holidays and a good 2022 to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully 2022 is gonna be a good time. So Jesus, that really caught me off guard. I wasted so much energy on that. No lie. Yeah, I mean, look, a lot of things happened in 2021. Some good, some bad, some ugly. Ugly being the releases, the long list of releases from WWE. The good being the superstars that are finally getting a chance to do what they do, perhaps in AEW. The fans coming back. There's no more Thunderdome. Of course, that was great. Yeah, just the bad as of course being ROH, basically bankruptcy, might potentially come back in March. All the contracts are released, so a lot of crazy things have happened in 2021. I don't remember all I said previously because god damn it, it was comedy gold, and we done ruined it. So we're going to kick it right off. We're going to waste no time because 2022 is almost here and we want to kick in our thoughts and opinions and answers for the best and the worst of 2021 in wrestling. We're going to go with AEW and WWE for all of these picks. So the first one is going to be kicking off with a bang. Best match of 2021. KC, what do you got, good sir?
Well, best match. I'll start off with WWE because let's keep the best for last. So, WWE, my match of the year. I was debating in between two matches because I really liked both of them, but my heart, I'll have to go with my heart, and I will choose as best match of the year 2021 in WWE at WrestleMania 37, the triple threat for the belt of Edge, Roman Reigns, and Daniel Bryan. For me, that match was everything fit good in the story, psychology in the ring. I think the rivalry of Edge and Daniel Bryan being his like not total heel but not total face, somewhere in between, I think was perfect for that match. And I will have to go to that match as the one that I went back and looked. I didn't look at it a second time, but I went back and looked at the best matches, 20 best matches of 2021, and so I didn't want to forget any or not mention one that was amazing. But so I have no regrets. This is my pick. This is my pick, and my honorable mention will go to Edge, Seth Rollins, and Hell in a Cell. That's my honorable mention.
Yeah, no, that's a fair honorable mention. My best is going to be maybe quite an interesting one. I think one that was downplayed after a while, a little bit underrated just because the storyline wasn't that great. And now this guy is not even on TV. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro at WrestleMania as well. I really, really enjoyed that match. I was pleasantly surprised. I was excited for Cesaro to get this big push. Here I thought he was going to be the next big guy in 2021. They were finally giving him a shot. They were doing all these WWE Network specials on him. I really thought it was his year. Great match, but they just tore him down. And yeah, still very disappointed and bitter about that, clearly. But great match. I really thought that was a great match. it might be a weird one at the same time, considering there is that triple threat and the Edge versus it was Seth. Yes, Edge
Yeah.
versus Seth. And that feud was just fire as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to still go with that though. I was pleasantly surprised by that match. Honorable mention. I forgot what I had said before. Honorable mention. I feel like I would have to give it to maybe another WrestleMania 37 match within Becky and not Becky, but Bianca
Sasha.
and Sasha.
Yeah, that was a
I
good
remember
match.
that match being fire. That might even go, maybe not best moment, but definitely best moment back then was seeing Bianca win the championship.
Yeah.
And that was just pure fire. So that's my honorable mention on the WWE side.
Yeah, I think those are good picks. Cesaro and Seth Rollins, like we said before, I think are two of the best technical wrestlers to do it right now. And Rollins is probably right now one of the best in the storytelling of his feuds. He's really on top of his game. So those are very, very, very good picks. As just like you were saying about Cesaro, it is very disappointing to see that what we thought was Cesaro signs a new contract. They're finally going to push him, put him in the title picture, and then all of a sudden you disappear from TV. So I guess they were only using him as to fill in that hole. They didn't have nobody.
Right.
They didn't have nobody to face Roman, so let's put Cesaro. Cesaro always fits. Put Cesaro against Seth because Cesaro always delivers. So it's so easy to throw Cesaro in these situations. But I think he deserves to be thrown a bone also at the same time and give him a title reign. Doesn't have to be a long one, but he should have one. And hopefully 2022 is the year for him. But I won't hold my breath on that one.
Don't do it. You'll die. You'll be dead by the end of it. Do not hold your breath. Not a good way to go about it. Like you mentioned as well, probably bell for bell match. You had brought up the Walter and
Eli Dragunov.
Eli Dragunov. That's a match I could probably go to over and over again. It was a long match, but at the same time, it wasn't long enough. Complete fire. Probably the best match of the year in terms of technical skills and ability, because that match was pure fire. Fire.
The contrast of the sizes, the storytelling, the psychology, can Dragunov actually make it? We actually believed. Now everything was from bell to bell inside those ropes. That match definitely deserves to be mentioned in this category. Yeah.
Dare I even say probably better than any AEW match. That's how far I'm going to go with it.
I wouldn't argue
close.
too long with you on that one. I wouldn't argue
or
too
close.
long.
Maybe not far greater, but definitely up there. Definitely in the talks with one of the greatest. Speaking of AEW, what do you got?
Well, AEW, I'll have to go. Both my where I was stuck, they're both involved the same wrestler, and coincidentally, it's the same wrestler I chose for best match in WWE. But I'll choose Bryan Danielson against the 30-minute draw with Kenny Omega, just a bit ahead of the 1 hour draw with Adam Hangman Page. I think I'll choose Kenny Omega's match because of the great storytelling they did in that match. Not of the build-up, but that match, inside the match, I think it spoke wonders for what these two guys can do in the ring. And that's why I had to go with that one. But honorable mention is definitely going to have to be the other match with Adam Page. It's just a little tiny bit less, played with my emotions just a bit less. And maybe because I didn't like the finish that much, and that's why I chose the other one. But it was definitely a great match also. So those are my two, my match and my honorable mention.
No, that's fair. Easily, probably Brian is going to be on everybody's top five more than once. So,
Mhm,
since he got to AEW, he's been fired. So,
mhm.
you know,
Oh yes.
can't take anything away from that from you. Um, in terms of so one that keeps coming into my head and I just can't shake it off. I know a lot of people are probably not going to agree with the fact, but perhaps on this pay-per-view it was first and it just got me going. I wasn't expecting also much from the match, but I got an absolute clinic and that was Darby Allin versus MJF. I believe it was Full Gear, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Or All Out. Full Gear, All Out.
Full
Full
gear. Yeah.
Gear. Yeah. Um So yeah, I don't know, man. Just that match was just nonstop. Eyes glued to the screen. Um, yeah, fire. As first time I see MJF clearly giving me not just that he can talk on the mic, but he can wrestle as well. So
Yeah.
that's what made me pleasantly surprised and really now getting me to almost call MJF a goat, even though he's just starting his career. So future goat, as I
I'll
would like to
definitely
say.
agree that this match put out his in ring abilities to the max, which we hadn't seen up to this match.
Mm.
I don't know if he was giving only if he was only giving us little bits to not give us too much, but that match, the flips, the when they were doing the pinfalls, spinning with the pinfalls, that was great, and I didn't think they were able to pull it off, and they definitely did. So that's a very good pick of yours. Very good pick.
And honorable mention, I think I'm gonna have to go a little extreme. I'm not gonna do any Kenny Omega. Honestly, I think doing a Kenny Omega match is too easy. Doing a Daniel Bryan match is too easy. They both certainly deserve it, and they're gonna be on everybody's top two. So I think I'm gonna switch it up a bit, and I'll give the woman their dues here. I'm gonna go honorable mention: Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, unsanctioned.
I think that could be best woman match of the year.
Mm.
Period. I
Yeah,
think
I think that's
both
fair.
promotions. Yeah, I think that's fair also. So that's
Both promotions. Oof.
for women's match. I'm saying just women's.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was a great match, but storyline wise, I mean, I don't know if you
Oh no,
mix
storyline wise,
in,
no, yeah, no.
you know, they still have an issue with building up storylines.
Yeah,
Unfortunately for the women,
yes.
they can get a few good uh, women's wrestling matches, and now they're kind of getting us to remember certain women with Misha Tate and. That's pretty much it. I still don't care about Jade Cargill. But maybe Martinez will help us fix that. So we'll see. Hopefully, the
They are
woman's.
building her as one of the best. Well, what's Jr. Said it last night. One of the best women wrestlers in the world. So
Oh
they're
snap!
definitely
Okay.
they're definitely building her up to be strong. So we don't know what Mercedes Martinez is gonna do next, but
Well,
I,
Thunder Rosa versus Martinez might be fire. So
yes,
if they end
definitely.
up doing that, like that might be match of 2022. So
Oh yeah.
women's
Give
match
it
at
to me
least.
as
Yeah.
soon as possible. I want to see that match. Yes, definitely. So that's a good
Abs-
honorable mention. Definitely, they deserve to be mentioned. That match, Britt
it-
Baker. I guess was that when? Can we say that match with all the blood and everything? Was
Mhm.
that when Britt became one of the? Well, when they added Britt to the Pillars. Is that when
Or
they
when
knew they had a
CM Punk
superstar in their
added
hand?
Britt to the picker to the
Yeah.
pillars.
yes.
um I think for a lot of people it was.
Hmm.
I think she was still kind of there though with her mic work.
Yeah.
Kind of like how MJF was always regarded um as a pillar. I feel like it definitely got a lot more people thinking heavily on it that she in fact is a stable pillar that's going to last 1,000 of years kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She's built into the foundation for sure. So I think it definitely helped the movement, but I feel like with her mic work and all that, she was already kind of
On her way.
there. Yeah. And then there is the creme de la crap of the year as well. What is your worst match of 2021?
Oof. Oof. Okay, with WWE, there's so many to pick from.
I know. The worst of the worst. Just whatever pops in your head. Just
Yeah, I don't want to go too far behind, but I will have to go with. Yeah, I'll go. That was the one I wanted to pick, and I'm gonna go with it. And it's the way they treated Sami Zayn not too long ago on SmackDown. That match, that squash match with Roman. I think it didn't have to go that way, and they shouldn't have done that. And I think as a match, because I have to count it as a match because the bell rang and there was a pin. So I think that was the worst for me in WWE.
Wow. Okay, that's fair. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Huh. I should have checked this one out, but I would. I don't know. I have so many in my head that I don't know which one to choose.
Pick one. What's one in your head that's coming to you?
But it would have to be. Oh my God.
A Roman match.
I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss.
Oh yes, I forgot that one. Yeah. Yes.
That match definitely. Itself was really bad. Honestly, this is no fault to Alexa Bliss, but the Fiend character for Alexa Bliss did her darndest, but with what they gave her, it was just crap. From the stuff with Shayna, as well, that was so trash. So that's definitely my my worst. Honorable mention. The match Eva Marie was in.
Yeah, that was definitely one of mine too. They're all sucked. So I didn't remember an opponent to give her. So, but yeah, she was
that's it. Or and I guess a second honorable mention, just the whole King of the Ring women's tournament.
Yeah,
just how that was kind of built. Until the end. The end was at least a half decent match. But I mean, the fact that you had, I think it was like in total, you had 16 minutes of the tournament for women when you had like 38 minutes for the men, was a bit messed up, and just no one cared. Because
I think no match lasted. I think no match of the women's King of the Ring tournament lasted over 4 minutes. I think it was like 2-3 minutes all the matches. So
that's it. So that's gonna be my honorable mention there. AE Dubs.
Worst match. Anything with Wardlow, because they're all. Not that I don't like Wardlow. It's just for some reason, other than the Jake Hager match, but all the other matches seems like he's facing jobbers and their squashes. I'm comfortable going with Wardlow squash matches as worst matches in WWE and in AEW, because overall I'm content with the matches they're giving us on AEW, but obviously some tweaking needs to be done here and there. But I'll go.
That is a beautiful storyline, though. that storyline that they are building up with MJF and Wardlow. I saw this is not my idea, so I'm not going to take it. But it's almost Batista and Evolution.
Yes, kind of. Yes,
You know what
I
I
see the
mean? Where
resemblance.
Batista kind of was slowly hinting at it. Triple H was always talking trash. Batista overheard them speak. So, and I was like, yeah, that's a perfect analogy for what's going on with Wardlow and MJF.
If they do it properly, Wardlow can be a huge face. I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. The fans seem to like it when he
Mhm.
does 5,000 power bombs. So he definitely can be a huge face. I'm going to go with a little bit of a popular match as my worst match. It's a match I honestly really didn't care for. Wait a minute. Was Blood and Guts this year?
Yeah. Yes. They postponed it and then they brought it back.
Yes, right. Because they wanted fans.
Mhm.
So honorable mention with that Blood and Guts. And then the Pinnacle versus the top team.
Oh yes. Yes, that also wasn't good.
I didn't care for it. Truth be told, I wanted just to see Masvidal freaking fight, and that didn't happen. Masvidal got injured anyways, so he could have fucking fought.
Mhm.
And yeah, I didn't care for it. It was stupid. Lambert, I don't know why he was running like a little bitch. This guy's like a black jujitsu.
Yeah.
He's not a black bitch, according to but Brandy Rose is a black bitch and she can mess him up. So yeah. But yeah, those are my two matches for AEW. And unfortunately, they're both with Jericho. Maybe that's a good thing that Jericho kind of stopped. And that frog splash, kudos. He did it for Eddie. He started crying. That was emotional, but not a great frog splash, buddy.
No. It's not the first time he tries. He's not the most fluent in.
No, he's not a good frog splash guy. It is what it is. Can't be good at everything, you know. You could do moonsaults like a champ, but frog splash, no bueno, no bueno.
I definitely agree with the top America's top team against Inner Circle. That match didn't live up to whatever people expected from it. I didn't expect much,
Right.
and it didn't deliver much. Blood and Guts, I expected much more. I think the finish also hurts the level of the match. Right, that's when he threw off
Exactly.
Jericho off the top of the cage, right?
And he hit the cardboards. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. That's a good honorable mention. It was just a bit better, but yeah, those were disappointing since we were waiting for much more from that Blood and Guts match.
Definitely. Yeah, that's it. Especially it was supposed to be that war game sort of thing. NXT War Games is obviously so much better than that Blood and Guts.
Yeah.
They messed it up. I think they postponed it for too long, and it's no fault through their own. But ultimately, you kind of rushed it, so it didn't really pan out necessarily. On to things that
I think
maybe
the original plan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I think the original plan for the match with which was supposed to be the Elite against Inner Circle, I think would have been a better outcome.
Yes.
Than they had in this case. So
absolutely, absolutely.
No,
for sure.
So best tag team now.
Yeah, is there one in WWE? RK Bro.
Yeah, I was between the Usos and RK Bro, but since the Usos were not available for the beginning of the New Day also, yes, New Day is also an honorable mention, but I'll go with RK Bro.
Yeah. I guess I'll go with RK Bro. Unfortunately, the Street Profits were great back in NXT. But they're just doing nothing here. Viking Raiders, whatever. Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley, I don't care. Carmella and what's her face, I don't care. Usos not doing
Tamina
much.
and Natalia.
Yeah. Now nobody's meaner than Tamina. Like I get it, but unfortunately, no one's meaner than her. But now she's resorted to 24/7 championship stuff. So unfortunately, yeah, no bueno there either. Yeah, not a lot of great tag teams in WWE, but RK Bro definitely made it at least the best out of a bad situation. Runner up goes for New Day for me though. Yes, no. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm RK Bro. I'm okay with. Yeah, I'm okay with New Day also as being honorable mentions. I just because they were well. Yeah, look, one's the champion, heavyweight champion. The other one's King of the Ring. One was injured for a long period of time during the year, but came back. They were, if I'm not mistaken, champions at some point. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. But so yeah, so and they are over 10-time champions. So they definitely deserve to be in that mentioned in that category.
Oh wow, people are messaging, but my bad. He agreed with something. This just sounds like we're talking to ourselves. But yes, that's John though talking to us. He agreed. Sorry, John, I forgot. Maybe I should call him Big Red. Actually, my bad. Yes. AEW.
AEW, I'll have to go with FTR. FTR, honorable mention to Lucha Bros. And I'll keep the Young Bucks out because I think Young Bucks this year with the heel and the funny and the comedy bits, I think they still had some great matches. All Out with Lucha Bros was one of the best matches of the year.
Right.
But I think FTR changed the game when they came to AEW.
One job. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I think I'm gonna go kind of the same thing, but maybe switch it. Lucha Brothers and FTR is an honorable mention. I do agree with you with the Young Bucks. Not a fan of this heelish character. I am excited to see where they go once Kenny Omega comes back. Undisputed Era versus All Elite. I'm down for that. So that should be fun. That should be a good time. If I would have maybe have seen more of Silver and
number 10,
John Silver and number 10, no, not number 10, Smash Brothers there.
Oh, Stu Grayson and Evil Uno.
Oh, maybe that's not what I was saying. Yeah,
but okay, Preston Vance, right? That's number 10.
I'm talking about Stu Grayson and the funny dude. They weren't a tag team though. John Silver.
No, they weren't a tag team.
No. Okay, then I'll just stick to that because I want them to be a tag team, but clearly that's not happening. Smash Brothers is a good time too, though, but unfortunately they're just not there yet. They don't get enough TV time. I say that because I don't watch Elevation or Dark, so I'm not sure if they get any spots on there.
I heard them on the podcast. They were on the French podcast on the TVA Sport, and because they're from here,
right?
Excuse me. And they were saying that they should be getting more involved in the tag team division in 2022. So hopefully we'll get to see them more on Dynamite and Rampage.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Here's to hoping. Yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, tag team wise, there's a lot of tag teams. Honorable mentions, I guess, to Lucha. Oh God, what's her name again?
Who?
Luchasaurus.
Oh, Jungle Express. Jurassic Express.
Jurassic. That's it. I was thinking of Jungle Express too. I'm like, no, it's not right though. Yeah, those two are great too. But I mean, there's just so much. I think AEW's issue now, which is not necessarily an issue, is they have too many wrestlers. And you could only showcase so much at a time. So here's to hope in 2022 gets a little bit more tag team oriented. Will we see the trios belt as well? We'll certainly find out. I would. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would be fun. I just feel like it would be too much. I feel like once they get too many wrestlers in a ring, when we saw the 5-on-5 match and whatever, it's
Yeah, I don't like
good.
that.
But I feel like if you just like the worst matches for their last pay-per-view were the ones with a whole bunch of wrestlers in the ring.
Mhm.
You know, with the Pinnacle versus Top Team, and
Mhm.
then
Inner Circle versus Top Team. You mean?
Inner Circle versus Top Team. The Pinnacle is yes, that's MJF's group.
Mm.
If they're still together, I feel like they
Yeah,
are
they're all over the
together, but
place.
they're never. Yeah, so I don't know. I think it would be a bit much, but we'll see. We'll see. I
Because it looks
again,
when
go
they
ahead.
have a lot of when they have those 4-on-4 or 10-man tag team matches, because of the way AEW is structured in those matches where they let more freedom, right? Less tag-ins and
Right.
sometimes it brings confusion because everybody seems lost. I get lost looking at them because everybody, we don't know who's the legal man, we don't know who's doing the bump, who's doing the spot, and it's a bit all over the place. So that's why I think the trios is where they need to, the max they need to go. If they do a trios match like they did last night on Dynamite as the main event, where
Right.
the undisputed era, I think like that is perfectly when you have guys that know what they're doing and they're not basically waiting for the
Mm,
next spot and they're not confused by too many people. I think that's the max
right.
they can do. I think 4-on-4 and 5-on-5 for AEW is a bit too much.
Yeah, like the whole 5-on-5 with Christian Cage, Jurassic Express, and the Lucha Brothers
Yeah,
going against Matt Hardy's group there,
yeah.
and
Private party
2.0
and mhm. Yeah,
and
that's
and
it.
2.0. A bit much. I am excited to see Jurassic Express and Christian versus the Lucha Brothers, and well, we'll see who their partner is going to be.
Well, they challenged for the belt, right? The Jurassic Express challenged Lucha Bros for the belt, and they accepted after in the backstage segment.
Oh snap! Okay, I thought they were gonna do like a trio thing. So
Yeah,
okay, Christian's just not gonna be involved.
yeah. Lucha Bros was like, "You guys suck. You guys are not even good partners," and then they ended up challenging
That
each other. So
should be fun. All right.
yeah, that should be fun. And definitely AEW is doing a great job with their tag team division. So there no criticism from me on their tag team division other than what I've said before, meaning that sometimes they have to look out for those tag-ins and the ref is there for a reason. That's the only maybe criticism I would say about their tag team division is sometimes they're a bit lost in there.
That's fair. Um. So then we go to the worst tag team of 2021.
Um, I'll have to not because of they're not good wrestlers. I think they're both good wrestlers, but I think them working together is not working at all. And that's the I don't even know their name. The Alpha. They have I know they have a name, but it's the Gable and Otis. For me, that's the worst tag team because
Mm,
I don't think they fit good together. I don't even think they've had that many tag team matches. It's always like one singles matches and with the partner on the outside.
right.
So yeah, I think that's a failure. I think they dropped the ball with Otis since the whole
Yeah.
Mandy Rose thing, and
That's
putting
it.
him with Seth Gable didn't work.
Well, and the Money in the Bank thing too. They gave it to him, and
Yes.
then they
Oh
just did
yes.
nothing with it. So
Yeah. Classic
since that,
WWE.
really classic. Good call. Good call. Um,
Honorable
yeah.
mention, but I,
Mhm.
I I wasn't sure if maybe you were gonna take them. That's why I didn't want to say the honorable mention right away. But we'll have to go with Natalia and Tamina.
uh, you know what? This is gonna be a hot take, and I love both of these wrestlers as single competitors. I just don't care for them as a tag team, but Dirty Dogs.
Oh,
Oh, someone's shocked by that. Yeah. Look, I love Dolph Ziggler and I love Bobby Roode. I just don't love them together. I
I
don't care for their matches.
yeah.
And I think that's partly the reason. And honorable mentions goes to the Viking Raiders. Not necessarily their fault. They're just not being used. Another one would go to Angel Garza and their Spanish name there that they have
Los
going on.
Lotharios.
Los Letarios. No bueno. They're on main event, so thankfully I don't have to see them all that often.
Yeah. As for Dirty Dogs, I think the name is good. I think they can be good, but they haven't shown nothing to me that they deserve to be in a tag team together. Not at all.
Exactly. Aside from being both great singles competitors,
Mhm.
unfortunately, Bobby Roode has never been great on the main roster. He was great. He had his little spunk on NXT. Everyone loved him, and then he came to the main roster. He was good for a month, and then that's it.
Well, he had the USA title, and then after that, it was downhill from there.
Yeah, that's it. So, shockingly, he wasn't part of the released of this year, just because WWE has released better talent than Bobby Roode, and they've done technically more with said talents. So, Keith Lee, like how do you get rid of Keith Lee and not get rid of Bobby Roode? I hope no one loses their jobs, but if we're gonna play apples to apples here,
one's 40 years old, the other one's late 20s, early 30s.
That's it. Karrion Kross. Freaking Tony Storm. Although that might have been her wanting to quit. So not WWE's doing, but WWE's doing, because how do you get to a point where the wrestler just wants to quit because they feel undervalued? So
when she's about to get a title,
when she's
a title match,
dude, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what? But it was clearly her idea. Like that's why I think she wanted to quit. WWE would at least let Charlotte Flair botch her before they wanted to fire her. So yeah, but here's to hoping she comes to AEW, because Lord knows AEW needs the woman. So
yeah, she would definitely help that division. Yeah, that roster in the back, that women's roster. Yes,
for sure. So with that, we didn't do AEW tech. Did we do AEW? No, we didn't.
Worst? No, we didn't do worst. I would have to go with the worst tag team in AEW. Okay, I will have to go with Griffin and Brian Pillman, the varsity. Blonde.
They are getting kind of a push now, although I guess Pillman is getting more of a singles push with going against Alistair.
Because Griff,
so maybe that's telling you a lot.
Did Griff get written off TV because of last week because he got a beating by Malachi?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I have to go with that. I think maybe because they're green, but I think that there's still potential there for the Varsity Blondes. I like their manager, that girl. When I like her in the ring also. So I think there's potential there, but I don't think they were utilized properly, and they don't have space for everything. So that would be my worst in AEW.
Well, I think their name is stupid. I don't think anyone cares about like, if this is not the 1990s. I get that. I don't know if his father had like a Varsity Blondes thing going on.
No, they were the Hollywood Blondes.
The Hollywood Blondes. So, with Austin, that wasn't great either. Every time I see in home videos and stuff, when they talk about it, they act like it was such a big tag team. Not really.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't think it works now. So it technically didn't work then, and certainly doesn't work now. He has to get out of this Varsity Blonde bullcrap. It doesn't work. I think he has to go heel. Pillman.
I think it would help him. Yes.
I think it would definitely help him. In terms of tag teams, though, the Ass Brothers there, Austin Gunn and whoever his tag team partner is,
his brother, right? The other,
Yeah.
Billy's two sons. Yeah,
Billy's
the
two
gun,
cents. That's
the gun club. The gun club.
the
Sorry.
gun club. There you go. Don't care for them. Again, they're not really doing anything with them per se. You're clinging to this. The most entertaining thing I've seen from the gun club is when Hook, one of the guns wrote on Twitter about Hook. He's like, "Oh, the only reason why you have why you're in wrestling is because of your father." And then
Yeah.
and then he put like a tongue out face, and I was like, "Yes, that's fucking gold." You know what I mean?
Okay,
Because the
he was
only
being
reason
sarcastic.
why,
Okay.
yes, he was
Okay,
being
obviously.
sarcastic,
Because
obviously.
or else he would have been the least self-conscious person in the world.
Yeah, for sure. So that was the most entertaining thing I've seen from the gun club, and it was through social media. So here's to hoping I get something a little bit more from that. I don't know. I feel like I can't put anyone else in that category. I guess honorable would be Varsity Blondes for me. I don't know. Everyone else is good enough to not
Yeah.
be the worst.
It talks to the talent in that tag team division in AEW.
It really does. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fire. Next up, we got. Ooh, should probably save this for last, but we're doing it. We make it a little interesting. Keep people guessing. Keep people going. Ladies and gentlemen, your best superstar of 2021.
I know some people will probably say I'm going with the easy pick on this one for WWE, but there's just no other person I can pick other than Roman Reigns.
I mean, that's it. I don't think there's an argument for anyone else, to be honest with you. Maybe Seth. Maybe you could say Seth.
Exactly what I was about to say. Yes, if there's an honorable mention, it's Seth, and other than that, you just can't take it away from Roman Reigns. 400 days as champion, that's faced everybody.
Maybe Lashley. He has been top dog for a good chunk of the year. Hurt Business was a monumental success, and then a downfall, and then back again. Or Lashley and MVP, or Hurt Business as a group. But I think Roman Reigns is the right pick there. Honorable goes to, for me, I'll say Lashley.
Yeah, Lashley's also a good pick. He was champion for quite a while. He's quite destructive. They're making him look strong again. Maybe he had that little phase where he was when he had the girls, when he was celebrating with the women and all that. That maybe where he diminished a bit, but overall, I'm okay. He's definitely in the top three, definitely. So yeah, but we can't take it. We can't take it from Roman Reigns. The guy had put on matches. Great matches with everybody he's faced, and 400 days as champion. Maybe will it
never lost once, never got pinned once.
Yeah, like we said 2 weeks ago, last time he got pinned was against Corbin over 2 years ago? Yeah, so almost 2 years ago. So yeah, definitely Roman Reigns is superstar of the year in WWE.
AEW.
This one's a bit, if not much, harder because there's so many good storylines that happen with good wrestlers. Okay, I'll. It's hard, but I'll go with Bryan Danielson. Even though he's only been there for half the year, or not even half the year.
Not even
August, right? Is when they came. Because I don't want to go with Kenny Omega because it was a lot of.
I mean, to be fair, I think it's a given though with Kenny. After everything he's done, this guy did Mexico, did Impact, he did AEW. So, honest to God, I think Kenny Omega does get it. I know it's a cop out. But we're not going to pick Kenny just because Kenny obviously deserves it. The amount of work ethic he's put into this year, the man got
Mhm.
injured and had been wrestling with an injury for a good chunk of the year while working all these matches. I think it's a no-brainer that it goes to Kenny, but we're trying to be maybe a bit different.
Because Kenny definitely his heel work was great. His matches he put on were great. His belt collector gimmick was great.
Mm.
So definitely deserves to be there. Um, but like I said, it's
But
like
Daniel
you said,
Bryan's
it's
good. Daniel Bryan, short amount of time he's been there, he's definitely in the talk for sure.
yeah.
With
Because
the amount of wrestling he has done.
I don't remember one match that wasn't good. That wasn't amazing from Daniel Bryan.
Right.
So yeah, I'll go with Daniel Bryan as my wrestler of the year because of everything, because of the pop when he arrived, um, changing from face to heel on a dime,
Mm.
so he could face Adam Page. Um, I think what he's brought to this company makes him deserve my being my pick for wrestler of the year in AEW. I'll stick with that. Honorable mention, definitely MJF. Because MJF went from okay, he's always has the diamond ring. That's basically it's his 3 times in a row.
Mhm.
But like we said before the beginning of this podcast, I think he had to work on his wrestling ability. And in that match with Darby, he showed us that he's there. So
Yeah.
I think he deserves to be mentioned also.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was actually going to give it to MJF as my top guy. I mean, no matter what, man, he's better than you, and you know it is what he says, and it is what it is, man. Like, no matter what, he's the talk of the town, whether it be going against Darby or going against Jericho or being best friends with Jericho or going against now CM Punk and then maybe not going against CM Punk to doing cameos and just talking complete trash to people and them paying $250 for the trash talking to his parents getting in on the fun saying that they want to disown him, blah, blah, blah. I think it is fair to say that MJF definitely should be in the talks for Superstar of the Year in AEW, and I think he's deserving of it. I think honorable mention for me. I It's not going to be Hangman Page. I was going to say Hangman Page. I don't know. I'm not crazy high. I love his wrestling, but I'm just not high on him as a character. I enjoyed the story that they told. I just don't care for it.
Yeah, it's understandable. I kept Adam Page for later on because I think. Well, I'll talk about when we get to that category.
That's fair. Yeah, honorable mention. I guess DB is a good pick.
Yeah, because
DB is
even though, like we said, even though it's a short period of time, I think what he's accomplished in that short period of time makes him deserve to be mentioned.
that's it. That's it.
So
Exactly.
we're good.
We're definitely goodos with that. Next up, we got there is best, and now there is why is best tag team still there? There we go. We got worst superstar of the year. The
Well,
worst. The
WWE.
crapola.
It's too easy. Maybe some people will say, but I would have to go with Eva Marie. What a waste of a hiring.
Yeah, yeah. And she wasn't even in the first rounds of the fire rings either, which is messed up
Yeah.
of this year. Yeah, no, that's fair. I can't argue with that.
I think it was useless bringing her in. I think now you're stuck with Doudrop the way she is because of that. So now you don't know how to make Doudrop look stronger, look better, live up to the potential she has because you brought her in with Eva Marie, and I think Eva Marie is to blame on that. No, I can't hear you no more. Nope.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Now we're back.
Okay. Oh, that's the mute button. That's interesting. Okay. Yes. So I think you have to change Dewdrop's name
Yep.
from something else. They can easily do that. And yeah, because I do think that Bianca match was fun. Giving her Bianca is good. Her Bianca picking her up was just out of this
Yeah.
world. That was crazy.
It's a good build-up. Yeah.
Good build up. Just change that name, man. I think you change that name, you make her heel. It's gonna be a good time. She's not a face. You cannot have a girl like her face, unfortunately. When you're that big, you have to be a heel. It is what it is. Nia Jax, same thing. Nia Jax couldn't be a face. It didn't really work.
Yeah. You
I
have
mean,
to be
maybe
the
that's
destructive
weird to
heel.
say. You have to just be a destructive heel, though, I think is a thing. Natalia is mine.
I had a feeling you were gonna go with Natalia.
Yeah, I mean, it's a waste. I'm sorry, Natalia, but just you have no charisma is your problem. If we're talking about charisma, maybe I can put Liv Morgan in that category, but she at least can somewhat wrestle. You can too. You just don't show it in the ring for some reason. So yeah, I think Natalia will be my worst wrestler of the year because she has wrestled, she has become tag team champions. Eva Marie was useless from the get go.
Yeah.
So I think Natalia is a fair answer.
Oh, definitely. Definitely, she's a fair mention there as worst superstar WWE because, like, I don't hate on Natalia, but I definitely agree with you that she lacks charisma. That's definitely a problem of
Mhm.
hers. Her
Yep.
promo work, her mic skills, definitely a problem of hers. I think
Yep.
that sometimes when it gets down, depending on who she's in the ring with, she can put out a good match. Because in between the
When
well, she hasn't in a while. That's I'll have to
okay.
give you that one. But I've seen her go one on one, not in the last 2 years, but before the pandemic, and put out some good matches. It's just
The
she,
last match I could think of is when she beat is when she was like younger, when she was like when her husband was still in play. When she was in NXT, the Four Horsewoman, then her facing Charlotte Flair.
yeah,
That was halfway decent. That might have been due to Flair though. Doing that. But yeah, I mean, give her dues. She's better than Lana, but I mean, it
yeah.
doesn't take much.
But she didn't have a good 2021. That's guaranteed. So it's good. It's a
Didn't
good.
have a good 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017. I digress.
Okay. Okay, but I'm
Start of
okay.
her career. Yeah.
It's okay. I still
A-dubs.
find her pretty. So
Wow. Sexist. A-dubs.
A-Dub's worst superstar in AEW. Oh, okay. They're probably wrestle on Elevation or something, but I don't even know if he's still part of AEW. I think he is. But since we haven't seen him much on Dynamite and Rampage, I'll go with Joey Janela.
Yeah, no, you can't go with Joey Janela. He hasn't wrestled in 2021.
Well, he not on Rampage or Dynamite, but he was a tag team with Sonny Kiss on Elevation for quite a while.
Oh, really?
But okay,
Oh.
I'll take I'll take that. I'll take that, and I'll pick somebody else. Somebody
Okay.
that's more on a weekly basis, right?
Yeah.
I would have to go. It's really hard because everybody that's there on a weekly basis, I kind of enjoy. Kip Saban, I don't like, but the second half of the year hasn't been around too much after they separated him from Myro. But that whole best friends gamer gimmick didn't work.
Right. No.
Okay, I'll go with Kip Saban then.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with top team, America's top team as a whole, or all ego Ethan Page.
Oh yeah.
Sounds weird. Ethan Page is a phenomenal wrestler. I remember him from Impact.
Mm-hmm.
Not liking this gimmick, so therefore not caring for when he's in the ring. You know what? Scorpio Sky. I haven't cared for this guy in a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been there since the beginning. And even with SCU, like, I didn't care, bro. Like,
yeah, after that run that he had, or that match he had against Chris Jericho for the title, it's been downhill for him.
Even before the Jericho, he got nothing. Like, I don't know. He himself too. He has Natalia charisma. Maybe he's a bit better than Natalia, but yeah, I don't know. He's lacking something there. He's not entertaining. He wasn't the guy that, in SCU that made it fun, dude. That was Daniels and Kazarian, so I don't know. So I'll give it to Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page as a runner-up.
Yeah, I think Scorpio Sky is definitely a good pick. I think he didn't come up while I was thinking about it, but it's definitely a good pick. It's been a disappointing year for Scorpio Sky.
I like that word. Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point.
Ethan Page, I can see that he can do better than he's doing.
I know, for sure.
They're not using him properly now. I think a singles run would be to see what he's capable of would be good.
Yeah, you gotta get him out of this top team bullshit. Like, Adam Lambert's great on the mic, but I am not caring for it. I did care for that little thing that we saw on Dynamite with him and Brandy. That was hilarious.
And Bambi, because he always mixes up his
Bambi, his strippers.
And I think she came up. I don't know if they tell each other what they're gonna say before going live on TV. But she seemed pissed when she came out. When she came out,
I think they knew though, because I think she's better than Cody Rhodes on the mic. But she was smiling too much. So she has to work on her, her acting. Her delivery was good, but her acting, I guess, because she was smiling way too much and it came off a little fake a bit too.
Yeah. Especially when she got in the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when she got in the ring. It seemed a bit too rehearsed, I think, was the thing. I don't think I think they knew what they were going to say, because she seemed to always be ready with her script. I felt like she knew exactly with a comeback and all that, So, I could give me more Dustin Rhodes, man. I'm freaking done with this Cody bullshit. I don't want to see Cody anymore. They did just release a shirt. Is he a heel? Is he a face? I get it that's mostly going to come soon. Was totally upset that he won the TNT Championship 3 times. Is he your best face of 2021?
No.
Fuck, I didn't put Cody in there. God damn it. He can't be the worst. I won't give him the worst. He is a great wrestler. It's just, ugh.
No, and he's had some good moments.
Yeah.
It just recently has been really, really not bad, but
He's just
not
been
look-
Natalia-ing it up, man.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely it. Yeah, and I don't think winning this title is gonna do any good. I think we've been saying, oh, the heel turn is coming, but I don't know when it's coming. And now I don't know.
I don't know. It's probably going to come soon.
It feels like they did that for him to get heat, because what makes him deserve to get a title shot to that TNT title, and then right away, so you're getting those Triple H vibes back again.
Yeah, so, that's it, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't even know why he was. Yeah, like do they even? I feel like they don't even talk about the rankings anymore. Do they even deliver the rankings out anymore every week?
They show them in the ticker when but rarely do they mention it by the commentators. But it's mentioned on the ticker when the player, the name of the wrestler comes out underneath of his rankings. But they don't rarely mention by the commentators recently.
Yeah, because they don't freaking remember or know. Jesus.
Yeah, and because that's the one thing with AEW is sometimes they'll jump. All the matches are great, most of them, 99% of them, but there's no build-up, there's no stories behind. Sometimes they just jump from match to match. That's something I would like them to work on in 2022. Give us a bit more. I'm not saying to become a soap opera like WWE is for Raw and continuation.
But just give us a tad bit of it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
just a little bit.
Let us get emotionally involved with a storyline. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Best face of 2021.
WWE, I will have to go with Edge. Even though he hasn't been around, he was off for a few months after WrestleMania there. But I think as a face, nobody really measures up right now in WWE. It ain't Drew McIntyre.
No,
Big E.
No, that was last year.
Yeah,
Big E.
Maybe. Big E, maybe. But I'll still go with Edge because of the quality matches he put on. A bit, or were a bit better than Big E. But Big E is my honorable mention.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Wasn't really that much faces. I feel it's really weird.
That's the problem with WWE. They lack big faces, big baby faces.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with Big E. I'm not crazy on Edge. Yeah, Big E, and I don't really have an honorable mention because I'm not going to say Edge. I don't know. He had great matches, but I'm not going to give Edge this title of arc, and maybe like I'll give it to Riddle.
Oh yeah, Matt Riddle. Yes, there's a good face. Is Brock Lesnar a face?
I guess he's a face. Yeah. You know what? That might be a good point. Just this last 2 months of him talking and whatever.
Funny promos.
Been a good time. Funny promos. Maybe he gets my honorable mention. So Big E and Brock.
Yeah, I think those are good. I like Brock's recent work very much.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm good with that. Yeah, that's a good face for WWE. For AEW, Adam Page. and that's why I didn't mention Adam Page before, because I have him in these two categories. This one that we're talking about now, and another one later on. I think he's the best face because he is so over with the crowd. Um, I don't see a bigger face in off the top of my head right now on AEW that'll be bigger than the.
See, Punk.
Yeah, he's definitely
Daniel Bryan
a
when he was a
face.
face.
Yeah, but Daniel Bryan was, yeah, it was half of his time was face, the other half has been
Yeah.
heel.
That's it.
But CM Punk definitely is a huge face and definitely over with the crowd. I just gonna go. That's my honorable mention. I'll go with CM Punk as my honorable mention, and Adam Page, since he's the world heavyweight AEW champion. I guess he's the. I'll go with him as a top face. Yeah, I'll stick with him. CM Punk is my honorable mention.
That's fair. I'm gonna go a little different. I'm not gonna go the main event, main title picture. I'm gonna go with Jungle Boy.
Very good pick.
Yeah, I think that especially when he did that match with Kenny Omega, whoo,
Yeah.
And the fans are just always behind him since the very get-go, and he's just a very soft-spoken dude, and he does what he does, and he's always in a tag team, but he's absolute fire, and people are definitely always interested in what he has to do. So I think Jungle Boy is going to be my best face of 2021.
I think them also changing the theme song. That new theme song was,
the Tarzan, exactly.
Helped out a lot. The fans, when the fans start going, and that gives the wrestler so much mojo after when you see the fans are behind you like that. So a very good pick, JLB. Very good pick.
Thank you. I have
Honorable
my
mention?
moments. Yeah, I'm going with CM Punk. There's no denying when he came back.
Yeah.
You can't say anything else. Man, I keep missing your stuff there, bro. This is a very tough job to do these two things at the same time.
So Scorpio Sky and Page is probably the worst. He was talking probably the worst tag team, probably.
So this was also great too. He said Ray and Dominic.
Oh yes,
that's,
Ray and Dominic. Yes, big
for
Red.
worst tag team. That's very valid.
Yeah, very valid. Yes.
I forgot what I said, but I definitely didn't say Ray and thing. I said either Viking or.
Viking Raiders was your honorable mention. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he said Scorpio Sky and Page for worst
tag team in AEW.
Tag team. Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Apologies. But I ignore you even when you're on the show, so it works out. Yeah, hold on. Now I'm just all kinds of confused. There you go. Perfect. So we did our faces.
Yeah.
Now, worst face, I guess, doesn't make sense. Oh, yeah. No. Worst face kind of makes sense. So this is where Cody Rhodes would be, perhaps, the worst face.
I guess we made a category just for Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I would also maybe put... like this is okay to kind of give you to elaborate. This is not necessarily they're the worst face because they're a heel. They're just not great at being a face per se. Okay. They didn't go over as a face, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just it didn't stick. The fans weren't behind it. Sort of ordeal. Kind of a weird topic though. But I will give it me AEW Cody Rhodes. It's just not working. Too cocky, whether it's storyline or not, it's taking too long to develop. So go screw yourself. I'm done with it. And WWE. Well, I can't say Roman because Roman was a heel this whole year. But that's kind of weird. Probably. Damn. I don't know. In WWE.
Since with the criteria you gave, I would be comfortable in giving that worst face of 2021. It's not his fault, but to Bearcat. The fans
Oh, Jesus.
didn't really get behind that Bearcat Keith Lee gimmick.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like we didn't have enough time with it either, though.
Yeah, that's true. I think it was 3 or 4 squash
like
matches and it was over. Yeah.
That's it. And then he was fired, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like we also didn't necessarily get enough time with it as well. Karrion Kross was technically a heel, no?
Yeah. Yeah, we could. Yes, he was definitely a heel.
Yeah, so we can't say that. Not the worst face. Anybody for AEW for you?
I think your pick is the pick to go to for
Yep.
AEW. I think Cody Rhodes would be. There's no other because he is definitely a face. Because
exactly, he's a face right now.
Yeah. So, and people are booing him. So yeah, I will have to go with Cody Rhodes. He's the worst face. The crowd is not. You're being hard headed and staying a face, and the people aren't behind you. So yeah, you're the worst face.
That's it. And with the worst comes the best bad guy, the creme de la heel.
I think this one, there's no doubt. I think we'll probably have the same person, and it has to be MJF. Obviously in AEW, that's well, in wrestling. But
I was gonna say Roman Reigns for WWE, and I was gonna say at the same time, like, thank God we didn't.
But those two, but at least for Roman Reigns is the best heel, I think, in WWE, no doubt. And I don't see how any other heel is better than MJF in AEW. And honorable mention, Seth Rollins has been doing a great job too. So
yes, I'll agree with that. Honestly, and Seth has changed his gimmicks from Messiah to his other one, and he's just made all of them work. But I love this drip Seth Rollins the best. You know what I mean?
Laugh,
just that laugh is phenomenal. Definitely honorable mentions goes to Seth for sure. 2 Shield members in the best heel category. Boom. That's crazy.
Yeah. That is
I mean, AEW, yeah, man. I don't think there's anyone better than MJF for best heel. So can't really go.
Nobody to manufacture heat quite like MJF. So.
That's it. You really can't. Daniel Bryan's kind of getting there. He's a pretty decent pretty decent heel, but he won't be able to talk on the mic like MJF would. No. So definitely, CM Punk's pretty good when he wants to get that heat, though.
Yes, he can go get it too. Oh yes,
he can get it too.
Hopefully, we'll get to see heel CM Punk in 2022 at some point.
Yeah, I'd be down, and I think it'd be a good time. I think he likes to zing the fans a lot more than he likes to get the praise. He loves the praise, but I think now he's comfortable to zing them, so that should be a good time. Next up, we got worst heel. The guy that was just there and just couldn't cut it as a heel. No one cared.
WWE, I have a feeling that hey, honorable mention also to Sami Zayn for best heel, because he's been doing some great heel work also. So
That is valid. Yep, I'd agree
wanna
with
give
that. I'd agree with
wanna give
that.
him
And
that.
maybe even KO. KO kind of plays great
Yeah,
heel and face.
yeah,
So
exactly. He does like he walks the line. And
well, he's
sometimes,
himself, I feel. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's just kind of like
kind of like a
he's the
Stone Cold
dick.
used to do it. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah. So worst heel, for WWE worst heel. Uh, it's really I don't know where I'm gonna go with this.
Vince McMahon.
Oh my god! Of course, of
Dude, he
course.
got older. He went from the best heel 20 years ago to the worst heel. The man is too old. It's clearly he seems senile. This whole golden egg thing was stupid. This whole thing that he has with Austin Theory is
Yeah.
dumb. Just Vince, stop, bro. Like, just sell and shut up. Like, I'm done. You know.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, what he's been showing up recently in the last few months, what he's been trying to do, hasn't been working. So yeah,
And just because of
definitely.
releasing all those wrestlers, that
Yeah,
worst heel ever. Yeah,
and yeah, and
and he
not
also
only did he
mentioned it on TV.
exactly, exactly. Like, come on, man.
Like he doesn't care.
Like, I
He doesn't give a
understand you're trying to create heat, but at this point, you don't need to do it that way.
Yeah.
It makes you look like you're making fun of these people you just released.
garbage
So,
bags. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yes. So I don't think there's no other person in WWE that's been as bad as Vince McMahon in 2021 as a character, as a boss, as whatever
As a human
you want to call
being.
himself. Exactly. So,
That's it.
so
As a senile old man. Yeah.
So yes, so that's very good pick, and thank you for bringing it up because I was about to say somebody else, and nobody deserves to be mentioned more than Vince McMahon.
Who were you about to say?
Honorable mention for worst heel was gonna be Corey Graves.
Oh, I disagree completely. Why?
Because from a certain moment there, I used to love Corey Graves, but then, well, now he's starting to get back. I don't know if he's had problems in his personal life. It's none of my business. So now he's starting to get back to it. But for a long period in 2021, he seemed like he wasn't interested. His heel criticisms weren't what we're used to seeing. So that's why I
Okay.
would say he is honorable mention of mine.
Okay. Interesting.
What's your honorable
AEW wise, Natalia. I mean, just with oh my god, hold on. So we did the worst, we did the best heel already, right?
Yeah.
Honorable mention for best heel, by the way, definitely goes to Mandy Rose.
Oh yes, Toxic Attraction, Mandy Rose.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Gotta hand her flowers because hot diggity damn, she went to NXT and she runs it, she kills it, and so honorable mention goes there. And then with that said, Natalia, worst heel. No one cares. You can't play a face properly. You can't play a heel properly. It just shouldn't be there. Train people, have fun with that, and wear your cat ears and do your Instagram photos. But get off my TV screen.
Yeah. Okay.
AEW.
AEW worst heel. I've been thinking about this, and I think he can do so much better. And I'll have to go with Taz. I like him on commentary, but I don't like him as the mouthpiece recently for Team Taz. Sometimes I don't know. He doesn't do it for me. I'm not emotionally involved with his leader of Team Taz character. I like him on commentator, but I think he's trying too hard to be
Yeah.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. I never really enjoyed Taz's work in AEW, at least. Um, yeah, I'd agree with that. I'll probably go with that as well. I don't think there's anyone worse heel than Taz right now in AEW. So that's a very valid point. Honorable mention?
Honorable mention AEW. Yeah, worst. I don't know, and it's hard because to find worst heel because everybody seems like they're doing okay, but oh yeah, Nyla Rose.
I mean, when she said "F you" to that fan, that was pretty spot on.
Oh no, that was definitely cool. That was definitely cool on your part.
I'm gonna go with Jade.
Yeah.
I really don't care. This has been, you've been like 8 months. You've been a squash fest. Like you've been squashing people. Like, can we start wrestling people now? I guess you kind of did that with Thunder Rosa, but not really.
I think they made her look strong enough now that she could start having real matches. Maybe it's because she's not ready for those real matches. Maybe.
That's possible. But then what the fuck?
Yeah. So then make her. Yeah, wrestle on Elevation. Put her more matches
exactly.
On Dark and
Like,
Elevation.
get her off my freaking screen, then. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we have so many, bro. I'm fucking done. All right, we'll do this quick. Rapid. Best pay-per-view of the year.
Best pay-per-view of the year, All Out.
Yeah. I think it was All Out, right? All Out was when the surprises happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, All Out for sure, hands down for AEW. WWE.
We'll have to go WrestleMania 37 since of all the top quality matches there. Yeah,
that's a valid point. Next up, worst pay-per-view of 2021.
We'll have to go right after that with WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh Jesus, that was a real shit show. I feel like I was talking. I feel like I was talking a lot of shit about Extreme Rules, though.
Yeah, yes, we did. Also, because I think there was one Extreme Rules match in that whole pay-per-view. Yeah,
I mean, they've been doing that for a hot minute too. Yeah. That's fair. All right. Best moment of 2021.
Probably the debut of CM Punk.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with the double debut. Adam Cole and Daniel Bryan. I think that hit a special way with me. CM Punk was dope too, for sure. But the double debut of Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole, that was something crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting both of them. Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
That's good picks too.
WWE wise,
WWE best moment. I think Brock Lesnar coming back at SummerSlam. For me, yeah. I'll go with Brock Lesnar coming back at SummerSlam.
Damn,
I didn't expect.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like I kind of expected it when I did my wrestling pool. Bianca Belair winning.
That's a good moment also. Yeah.
I feel like that was a pretty spot on moment. I don't know what else to be honest with you. Feel good moment. I misspelled it, but worst moment of 2021.
Oh, worst moment 2021. There's so many in WWE, so I guess the egg would be the worst moment in WWE. That whole
Yeah, that whole the promotion of The Rock and his movie, and you don't even have the guy show up.
Yeah.
It's quite a valid one.
And in AEW, worst moment. Wow, this one really, I wouldn't be able to tell you because there's not that many bad moments that come to mind. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna call it a moment, since I really didn't like it. I liked the match, but if we're talking about just moments, I would have to say the finish of the Daniel Bryan Hangman Page match.
I was gonna go with the exploding. Was that?
Oh my
this
God.
year?
Thank you. Yeah, that was probably the worst moment. Yes,
Worst
that
moment.
was at the
for
beginning of the
sure.
year, right?
That was the beginning of the year. Yeah, I think that was like January or
Yeah,
February or
yeah,
something.
and that's why I didn't remember. Yeah, that's right. That
Pretty,
was very. That made them look
pretty
bad.
bad.
That was worst moment. I revised my pick, and I'll go with that.
That's fair. Best debut.
Um, WWE.
Jesus.
What about that? Okay, I'll go with the guy that hasn't debuted yet, but has been has been promoted every week to debut.
Veer or something, right? Yeah. But he's technically been on Main Event, just not as that name apparently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
because he used to be with Jinder, right? So
Yeah. Well, the other guy, his partner, what they were attacking before.
Shanky or
Yeah,
something.
him.
Yeah,
He's with. Yes, exactly. Him. He's on SmackDown with Jinder. Yeah.
right. But he also had another lackey. That was his other lackey,
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there were two at one point. Yes, and then when there was the draft, they got separated. And,
Right.
that's
And
it.
Veer is still coming in.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Yeah, no, that's
WWE. I don't really have somebody who debuted. Um, if Walter would have shown up in the last few months, in the last few weeks, I would have said, Walter, I've been waiting for him to show up for a while. Well, WWE is really, really hard because nobody really debuted that made sense. But I'll go with Braun Breaker then. Okay, that seems fair. Yeah.
I mean, did he debut though, or was he just part of NXT 2.0? Because at that point, like, there's a bunch of people that fucking debuted. Okay, I guess that would make sense though. That might actually work.
That was the first time we saw him. Was in that NXT made his debut for NXT 2.0. Yeah.
That's fair. I think I'll go with Brock. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know. I'll go with Brock. AEW wise, I guess the double debut or CM Punk.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed the pop for CM Punk, so I would go with CM Punk.
That's fair. Yeah. Worst debut.
Well, that can be Veer.
Or Veer or Eva Marie.
They've dropped the ball on that debut. So.
Yeah, that's it. And I don't know how you make it last so long for someone we're not even going to give a shit about. Like, Jesus Christ. Or Eva Marie. Eva Marie was this year, no?
Oh, yeah. Eva Marie was definitely a bad.
Her evolution wasn't quite as impactful as she mentioned it was going to be. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead to finish.
Go. Worst debut.
I guess for AEW, worst debut, and then they had a lot of debuts. But the worst one, I'll go with Miro. Or was Miro 2020? No, I think it was the beginning of 2021. I'm not sure though.
No, I think Miro was already there. Technically.
Yeah, very, very possible. Very possible he was already there.
We'll accept it.
Okay, we'll accept it.
Wait, worst debut? I'll go with I'll say Miro as well because I can't think of anyone that was pretty shit. Adam Lambert, top team. I really didn't care for. He didn't really do anything. So that's probably my worst debut for that.
That's fair. Yeah, but
Most
or hey, we could say the
Yeah.
debut of Karrion Kross on Raw. That was pretty shitty, also.
Oh Jesus, the shit of the shit, and then
Yeah.
especially when he
Lost
got rid of them. No, he did he get rid of the mask? No, he didn't get rid of the mask, but he had like suspenders or something. Oh, it was
X
horrible.
with a suspenders, looks like an X. Yeah, that was a pretty bad debut. So yeah,
And then he was like losing his suspenders or something. It was really
yeah.
bad. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, carrying cross takes the cake. That was really dropped the ball for sure. Something that the WWE dropped the ball on this year was the releases. Most surprised release.
Bray Wyatt for me. Definitely,
Yeah, no, that's
didn't expect that one.
definitely messed up. I kind of expected it when I heard a lot of Vince not them bumping heads to creative control. I think Keith Lee for me was a bit surprising, just for the simple fact that I know they had the legal issues, but then when he came back, I was kind of like, okay, he's good, they're fine, and then you let him go.
Yeah.
So that
It
just
it's,
was a mind fuck.
it's definitely surprising because you would think he's the prototype for a Vince McMahon wrestler, right? Big guy, is good in the ring. He likes his monsters. So yeah, it's definitely
Right.
surprising that they let him go. Yeah.
And the fact that you had to put a freaking Owen Hart one piece on him, kind of
Yeah.
thing, and not have him like, bro, like he was fine in NXT. Oh, I don't want them to see the advertisers aren't gonna like his flop. Like, no, the advertisers aren't gonna care, bro.
Yeah, seriously. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, AEW didn't really release anyone, so this was just more geared to
Yeah,
WWE.
other than,
Least surprised?
least surprise release, Eva Marie.
No, that's fair. That's a fair point. Trying to think of anyone else. No, everyone else was pretty heartbreaking. So
Yeah.
Jesus, I didn't spell it right. Best storyline of the year.
And that's where I come back with what I was saying before. Okay, I'll start with the WWE before going to. I think the best storyline is the one going on now with Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar for WWE.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's probably a strong honorable mention. I'll go with the Seth Rollins Edge storyline against each other. That was pretty some pretty good promos also back and
That
forth.
was fun. Yeah.
And for AEW, my favorite storyline, it was a long-term storytelling, but it's the whole Adam Page, Kenny Omega storyline from being tag team champions to after losing against Kenny Omega, and then we think, he's going back to the bottom of the ladder, and then finally getting to beat him and having that arc come up. So I think I would go with the Adam Page road to the title storyline.
That's fair. That's fair. It's hard for me to say anything but the Adam Page one, because it was just such phenomenal booking. And the fact that they dealt with that, maybe it wouldn't have felt as long. Maybe it wouldn't have been as long as it was going to be if the pandemic didn't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's a fair one. I can't think of another better storyline in AEW. And yeah, I think WWE is a fair point too with Roman and Brock. I think that's kind of the one of the only better storylines that have happened this year, that have actually had great booking.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm missing. I feel like it's. Yeah, I think so too. That yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Edge and Seth. I think that was a great time,
Yeah,
and they
I
did the
think.
whole thing from like 2014 or whatever, and whatever. It
Yeah,
kind of worked.
that's
Kind of worked.
maybe they hadn't planned it that way for that long-term storytelling, but it turned out pretty well for them. So yeah, I'm good with that. Those are two good.
Boom. And with
Worst
that, we get
storyline.
the worst storyline of the year.
Uh,
Anything Alexa Bliss with the Fiend.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think the whole Randy Orton Fiend Alexa Bliss thing was probably the worst storyline
So
of
dumb with
2021.
the puking of the black puke and
Yeah.
the fires and the so bad. And even to like Bray Wyatt's burnt mask,
Yeah.
whether it was his idea or not, it was dumb. I don't even think that was this year technically, but it was dumb. Yeah. So that's mine for WWE.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely the worst storyline. They dropped the ball with that one. I would say also the Seth Rollins and the Bray Wyatt storyline, but that was 2020. So I'll go with this one. Yeah, for the worst storyline. AEW.
Even that and freaking with Shayna Baszler, that was
Yes.
with
that
Bliss and Shayna, that was
she
bad.
doesn't. Shayna does not fit well in those kind of those fantasy storylines or science fictional.
Bro, just
storylines.
put her in the ring. Where the hell has
Yeah.
Shayna been, anyways?
Yeah, exactly. Recent weeks, yeah, we haven't seen her.
Jesus.
So yeah, I think we saw her in a match where she lost in a roll up, and then we haven't seen her since. So yeah, that's pretty bad. My worst storyline in AEW, I would have to go with the Kip and Penelope Cruz wedding with Miro best man. That really felt stupid for me. So I'll go with that one.
That was this year? Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Well, I guess I'm pretty.
I think it was
sure
more at the beginning of the year. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly, anything Miro.
the
I'm-
Redeemer.
The Redeemer. I'm not a fan of the wedding thing, of the God thing. Just I'm not a fan of his gimmicks. I like his wrestling. I enjoy his wrestling, but by God, his gimmicks to me are just complete trash. And it then got me realizing why WWE didn't really do much with him. Sounds a bit harsh, but man, am I not caring about what Miro's doing at all.
No, he needs a mouthpiece. It's not that he doesn't know how to speak on a mic. It's just he doesn't say the right stuff. It doesn't work out, or it doesn't have a good look on him. I think
Right.
it would work so much better for him if he just had Lana there or whoever, a mouthpiece there, and him just go and destroy people.
That's it. And I don't know why they haven't brought out Lana yet. Like, dude, just do it.
I think it would
Just
help.
you keep
It would
talking
help
about
a
your
lot.
sexy wife. Like, all right, you already got our fans realizing, okay, it might be a thing. Like, you clearly aren't scared about people saying, oh, you're just getting WWE rejects or whatever.
Yeah.
So just freaking bring out Lana and let Lana help. She doesn't have to do the whole Russian thing. She can, do something else, whatever. Be a
Yeah.
more like serious whatever, So yeah, anything Miro. That's it's my go-to.
That's my pick also for that whole best man BS.
That's it, straight up. Yeah, and I guess kind of what are your final thoughts of 2021 this year in terms of
What am I
Something
looking
we
forward
haven't
to?
covered.
Oh,
Well, I was going to get to that, but I mean, to
okay.
kind of recap 2021, just kind of your overall, what left you with this overall taste in your mouth of how WWE is doing and how AEW is doing?
I think 2021, we got to finally get to the point where nobody doubts no more that Vince McMahon shouldn't be the boss anymore, or shouldn't be taking the final decisions at least anymore. We came to that conclusion, where we've been seeing for years it getting to this point, but this year it like became blatantly, um, how can I say this? It became blatantly known,
Obvious.
obvious.
Mm.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Obvious that Vince McMahon doesn't have no longer his place, at the head of booking, at the head of writing, at the head of everything. It's time for him to give his place to somebody else, somebody younger with better ideas. If he still wants to be around, okay, it's his company. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. But at the end of the day, you gotta give the people what they want, and that means get out of there.
That's it. That's it. You're no best friend of mine. Um, yeah, I mean, or just sell, man. Just give it to someone who's willing to buy it. There's rumors of, I don't know
The
what the hell
Rock.
Disney's gonna do with it. There's new rumors of The Rock,
Hmm.
who's looking into maybe getting his hand into it. That would be interesting. You know, he got the XFL. Why not get WWE's obviously a heck of a lot more money,
I'm
but
sure he would have a studio behind him that could, a Warner Brothers type of thing, because he's been really involved with Warner Brothers recently since
mhm,
since he's doing the superhero movie, Black Adam, I think it's called. And
right.
so he has very much power in Warner Brothers. So with him and his ex-wife and Warner Brothers, hey,
Yeah,
I'm willing
I
to
think
give
they're
him a
good.
chance. If Yeah, I think they're good. Money wise, they're definitely good, and with Warner Brothers backing them, and I think,
Well, if Warner Brothers, I mean, I don't think The Rock
yeah,
and his wife can just afford it like that.
no, 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 no.
You know what I
They
mean?
don't.
They need a heavier backer there.
Yeah, yeah, and I think The Rock is smart enough. Obviously, he doesn't have time to run the business on a day-to-day basis, but I think The Rock is smart enough to put the right people in the right positions, to run the business. So, if Vince is going to sell and he's not going to give it to Steph or Triple H,
Right.
my number two choice would be The Rock, definitely.
That would be dope. That would be pretty cool to see. I don't know what Disney would do with it. I have no idea what NBC would do with it. Yeah, they have Peacock, but that's just a video library.
Hmm.
You know, so I don't want to see it go to Saudi Arabia. Then you know, there kind of goes WWE as you know it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think that's a very valid point. If we have seen one thing, that's just Vince really being completely out of control with all these releases going on the past 2 years. He's Dark Side of the Ring showed us how gutless and heartless he was, but it continues to show that he is.
And he's doing it in himself, like he's doing it in his promos by saying he's a
Mhm.
bad person, that he'll release everybody to. So it seems like he doesn't care no more. So if you don't care no more, just give your place to somebody else that does.
That's it. So my battery's running low technically. What are you looking forward to in 2022?
um More consistent storytelling from WWE. That's what
Mhm.
I would like. And from AEW, work on their organization when it comes to matches. Um, the Make sure the right legal person is in the ring. Make sure they tag when they change wrestlers. Um, that type of thing. That's the only real thing I would like AEW to change. Other than that, you guys have been doing a great job. I don't agree with every single thing, but nothing enough that it deserves to a point of criticism. So other than
That's
that
it.
little criticism, that's me.
That's it. And maybe start focusing on your women's wrestling a little bit more. You're slowly getting there, but I feel like you're being turtle slow with it. So definitely develop the women's wrestling a little bit more. Less focus on the draws. I think you got to step away from that. Don't use it all too often, or you're going to get into that. You're going to get into that push of having no DQ isms like WWE does, but just having as draws. Was really upset of that 60-minute being a draw. Just you're using that as your no DQ, and it's not going to work. So definitely AEW needs to pick on that. WWE just needs to sell. I don't think we're going to see it sell anytime soon. But it's just a dying product. Maybe I won't start watching in 2022 really all that often. I'm not doing the wrestling pool next year either, just because I don't care enough to. I originally did it to see if I could get me back into wrestling, but at this point, I'm just tired of it. Just tired of it.
Understandably, it's
Well,
very
WWE
frustrating
at
to
least,
watch.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially Raw. Especially Raw is very frustrating to watch.
Just so much. My uncle is here, and he hasn't watched wrestling in a while, but he knows a little of WWE, and he would watch Raw, and he'd be like, "Oh, okay, well, whatever." And then he'd watch Dynamite, and he'd be like, "Oh, this is so much more better."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A guy who knows nothing, he just sees the wrestling as is, and it's definitely more of an entertaining thing. It's not. I'm not watching the young and the wrestlers. Bad joke. Okay.
Well
Bad
said.
joke. Young and the Restless, Young and the Restless. I try to make it happen. But that is that. So here's to hoping for a better 2022. And through everything with this pandemic, hopefully this virus, this fucking flu craziness just ends. Can all get back to normal, get back to more live events, and so on and so forth. We will certainly see what happens in 2022. It is only 2 days away, so we won't have to wait that long. KC, it's always been a pleasure, good sir. Where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Saltita_Costa. And you could just find me on Facebook at Michael Costa, and we can chat wrestling all you want, or on WTN Forum and WTN Podcast.
That's it, at WTN Wrestling, at JLB420 is my Twitter, but at WTN Wrestling is YouTube, Facebook, wherever have you. You can catch us all there. All the links will be down in the doobly-doos. And that pretty much wraps up this year. 2022 is kicking its door. We're getting into the new year, and we will see what wrestling has. Remember that AEW Dynamite is now going to be on TBS for my American fans. Canadian fans, no need to worry. It's still going to be on TSN, so nothing really changes for us. And Rampage will still be on TSN for us, but will be on
TNT in the States.
TNT still. So that's the change up. And of course, we have day one on Saturday. Maybe we'll do a recap or something. No, it's at night, I think. So we'll definitely probably have you the wrestling recap for that next Thursday, along with what else went on. We will certainly see. Depends how the evening goes. We'll keep all you posted and all of that. So we are closing the books on a horrid 2021 for WWE and everyone who has left it. And we will hopefully open the books to a brighter future in 2022. I am excited, and hopefully you guys are. We will, of course, be back in 2022 giving you all the goodies, and we will see you then. This is the closing the books for 2021, and we will see you in the future in 2022. Ciao for now.
Happy New Year.
And And hold on. We gotta end it with the outro at least. Happy New Year, everyone. Stay safe. Don't drink too much. If you drink, drink responsibly.
Okay.
That is it. Ciao for now. WTN out.